And this is so good because it's so distracting. No. Hey guys, this is Megan with You Go to Beginning. I'm out here in front just enjoying the evening weather and the sun going down. It's awesome. I'm out here with River. She's wandering around behind me. And just giving an update this week. We're gonna kind of just check in with River and how she's been doing and what she's been up to. So I really wanted to do part of this video as kind of some tips or tricks that we've learned along the way. We have owned her for a year. She's a few months older than a year, but we have officially had her for 1 year. And so some things I've learned about livestock guardian dogs. I think the number one thing is to make sure you're ready. Are you really ready for a dog? I'm sure most people are more dog experienced than we are. We have only had one dog in the past, and that was pre-kiddos. But she's a whole different ball game. She has instincts and breeding and drive and this intelligence that she is supposed to have. It's good, but it is not like training a normal dog. She is just something else. So I will say she is the most fun animal on our farm. She obviously is the most personable. She loves us. She interacts with us. She cares that we exist. She is also the hardest animal on this farm. She requires the most attention, the most time, the most training, the most work. And in a way, she has the most potential to be awful. So it's the most important to get it right with her. She is hiding behind me. She's been doing a really great job, but it's not all it's cracked up to be. So I will say, I am so happy that we got all our other animals situated and going. We had sheep and goats and chickens for a while before we ever chose to get her. So it's made life a little bit easier with her. She's had stuff to do and animals to guard even if she's just near them. And I'm not stressed about learning other animals while I am trying to train this crazy dog here. So the last time I checked in with you guys about River's training, she had just turned 1, and she had just eaten a chicken that had gotten up into her space. So that was a huge setback, but we've been able to keep tabs on her a little closer. We still have loose chicks down in the barn, and we have the guineas down in the barn, but we have been leaving the e-collar on her a little bit more during the day, even if we're not right next to her, and that has really been helping. So there's been a couple of times when I've been able to correct her, and she didn't know that I could because I was in the house and I was looking out the window. So anyway, she has been doing much better. Definitely still not trustworthy. It's not like we can just leave her with chickens, but we'll just keep working at it. She's doing a great job. I will say it's definitely work. We have to keep trying. We have to keep exposing her to the chickens and giving her chances to fail and trying to make sure that those chances are protected enough that she won't get another chicken. So I should mention today is actually the 4th of July. Thank you to anyone who has served our country. We really appreciate your sacrifice. But there might be some random pops going off. It's getting to be dusk and I'm starting to hear fireworks going off around here. The number 2 thing that is something we've learned is to get a puppy with the animals as soon as you can. Because our farm is broken up and we use these electric fences, she wasn't naturally just with them, which she wouldn't have been trustworthy with them, but a little puppy couldn't have done much damage. And they get big fast. So she wasn't with the animals as often as we kind of thought she was. And we didn't get her that exposure that we really should have. And some of that is kind of actually coupled in with the last tip. Make sure you're ready for the dog. Make sure you get her in with the animals young. And 3, our biggest help has been using an e-collar. So we are using a sport dog. I don't even know which one it is. I'm holding the remote in my hand. I should actually do a product review on that. But our sport dog collar has been a huge lifesaver, training her to respond to it. So that took a lot of leash training, helping her to understand what the beeps meant. So she could calm and knew that it meant like pressure on the leash. She's funny back there. She's finally settled in. Come.
Don't hit me.
Good girl. But so that e-collar is what has allowed us to get her in with the animals more. So as she became a gangly puppy who was big enough to herd an animal, and fast enough to get away from us, we couldn't let her in with the chickens, or we didn't feel comfortable letting her in with the chickens because we didn't know how to keep her from hurting them. And this e-collar has made all the difference. So this is interesting. I turned my back for a little bit, and I don't know if a chicken did something to her, but something caught her interest and she went after a chicken, sort of. And so now they're all on high alert, but I've been able to correct her a bunch. And this is so good because it's so distracting. No. No. So good. I can't teach her if she doesn't ever mess up. So, I mean, she's not doing well, but no, you get away from them. No. You gotta calm down. Shh. Sure, babe. What? Yes, please. So she's trying to figure out what to do. I'm hoping she will figure out how to calm down a little bit. Either sitting down somewhere or laying down would be fantastic. Nope. I don't want her following them around. River. Shh, no. Yeah, the chickens are all riled up because of her. Oh, they're moving the sheep over there. They're running around. River, over here. Good. She's been doing great listening to verbal commands. Look at those sheep come when they're called. So I really wish that we would have done that a little sooner. They say to start an e-collar around 6 months. I'm not sure how old she was when we started. But maybe I could, I should have trusted her more when she was little. I should have gotten her in more, especially the chickens. And then just working on this e-collar, it has been a huge blessing. It works really well. She can be off leash with us, and all around the farm. Our outdated fencing is not secure to the neighbors or out back. So it's really important that we have some way of getting recall. She has been doing awesome with the e-collar. But I wanted to give a quick update. Today, she's been doing really well. We had a chance to test her with the guineas. She did awesome. And just now, while I was coming back here, we saw a deer. And she chased after it, but I called her back. I did use the collar, but I called her back and she came right back, which is super awesome. Super awesome. So impressed. She did a great job. It's fascinating. She's a fascinating girl. At Karakachan, she does not bark. So she chased that deer off completely silently. So down here in the barn this morning, we have some little chicks. They can jump themselves out of the brooder. So they are being perfect practice for River here. She is doing well. She's doing better with the cat. When she is good, the cat lets her come close. When she's obnoxious, oh, don't throw it. Yeah, we're trying to get the chickens to flap a little and see if that gets River. Oh. So anytime she shows any interest, I'm gonna give her a click. She's trying real hard. She's staying really close to me, which is good, but a little bit of mayhem in the barn. Okay, good. Yep, he claims his space. And then she's done a pretty good job where she just backs off. So she's doing a good job. The update, the last time we checked in with her was right after her birthday in March, and she had just eaten a chicken that had flown into her spot. Yeah. So she kind of like gets the cat mad so he'll chase her. Aw. She's doing better. Good girl. So we're just giving her a chance. And that's what the mornings are for. We always have her with us. And so it's always good to have lots of stuff going on and make her work for it. So she's doing well, but it's definitely going to take time. I am really hopeful. Ah, there were some chickens there. She got all interested. I was able to correct her. So, I mean, it's practice that makes perfect. So I have to be, she has to do something wrong so I can tell her not to. River out. Good. We still have 2 guineas. They're doing great. The cat down here, this is like maximum distraction for the dog. So this is excellent. This is what training looks like every morning. She's with us while we milk. I'm not milking because I'm watching her right now. But as she calms down a little bit, I'll pass the remote off to a kiddo and we'll get milking and give her some practice. Alrighty, well, I appreciate you following along. I really hope that those tips are helpful. Being sure, number one, being sure that you are ready for a dog. They are a huge responsibility, way more work than any of the other animals on the farm. Number two, make sure that you get them with animals as young as you can and give them those opportunities to fail when they can't actually hurt anybody and be right there to correct them. And number three is use an e-collar. It has been a tremendous tool in helping us to give her boundaries and the freedom to be with the animals, and so nobody gets hurt. It's been a huge help for us. So thanks for watching. We really appreciate you. If you have any tips or tricks for a livestock guardian dog, we'd love to hear them below. We are new at this and we are just learning along with River. So we would appreciate any advice. So far, she's been doing well. We've had our ups and downs, but that's kind of life. So thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.